I've never had that sort of reception before, and yeah, that's probably like one of the highlights of my musical career. And I just, if I could somehow not recreate that, but kind of extend on that and kind of figure out what I need to do to push that envelope even further, I think that really interests me.
It sounds crazy, but I make beats in my sleep.
That's mad.
Literally.
That's mad.
Literally, I'm like, I can picture it. Smooth.
Yeah.
I can hear the harmonies.
Cappo put this beat up on his YouTube. I think it was his Instagram. I heard it and I was like, and I just started like humming to it, and it was like effortless the way that like my voice just sat in the pocket of this song, and the melodies just started writing themselves like within like a minute flat, and I'm like, bro, no, this is mine. Like I just like demanded to have that beat, like, and then Shaq wanted it. I'm like, I'm sorry, Shaq. I needed that beat. I'm sorry, bro.
That's so funny, dude.
Yeah, thank you for that.
See, that's awesome, because going back to what you were saying before with like how do I separate like writing to my own production, like a beat like that, like I love it. Like I love it on the production side, but there's no way I can really see myself writing to a beat like that.
Fam.
So like it's kind of like I love the production side, like I love the beat, but it's not really for me. So then I use that to pass on to someone else.
Welcome, guys.
How's it going?
Yo,
Thank
what's
you
up?
for joining us in the flats. First live ep of the year, so it's good to have you guys in. Got to quickly thank our sponsors, Capital Brewing, for supporting the channel and helping us out with some beers tonight. Thank you. Guys, what's been going on? Busy weeks coming up for both of you, I think, by the sound of it.
I think him more so than me this week.
This
and then,
weekend,
the
at
week
least.
after, yeah.
Yeah, the week. Oh, well, I do have a busy week after this week, but yeah.
Always busy.
As well?
Always busy.
Always.
Just been working on the business a lot at the moment. I'm doing like a lot of behind the scenes stuff, so that's keeping me busy. But also got a show coming up on Saturday night, so I've organised a show at Smith's. So yeah, just getting everything together, promoting it quite a bit, and yeah, it's been.
And
busy.
that's something new that you've been doing, promoting events, sort of the first time.
Kind of like I have run like a couple events through Street Uni, but they're more like all age events and stuff. So yeah, this is probably my second one that I've like done at a venue and stuff, and organized like tickets and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's good. It's good experience. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And good to be back on stage, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
What time does the show start?
It starts at 9. Doors open at 9.
Okay, so
Yeah. It's been good it's good to get back on stage. I'm pretty excited about it. There was a show that got cancelled at Transit. You were on it too, so I was pretty pumped about that, and that got cancelled. So I'm pretty excited to get back on stage.
Yeah, nice. I'm dead set terrified to get back on stage. It's been so long. I'm honestly just feel like, it just feels like it's a horse that I've not ridden in a long time. And I feel like it'll probably be 100% fine, but it's just been so long. It's like getting back on a skateboard for a long time.
Been a few years, eh?
Yeah, since like a proper one where I've had to rap for more than 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
And like actually just feed off other people's energy. That's been like easily maybe almost 3 years.
Yeah.
Like doing a full set of your own music,
Yeah. That's not happened in a long time. Like I've definitely just mucked around at like mates' parties, and like I've done a show for Street Uni that was like for 10, 15 minutes, but that was with no crowd. And so this is a whole different ballpark again. But yeah,
definitely.
It should be all right.
And like on your set, like has a lot of it changed? Like are you doing a lot of different types of songs?
Nah,
not really.
not yet. I think I've added a bunch which I just don't usually play. I wouldn't say they're new. I just kind of rearranged my set a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
But it should be just stuff that I feel like I can nail for the most part, and then eventually throughout the next year and a half, hopefully I'll just inject a hell of a lot more of new stuff in, hopefully, because I just want an entire new set by
definitely
next year, especially because I want to create a set for live audiences, especially in the psychedelic doof scene. I have like a real good idea of what I want to do in that lane, because I just love playing at them like so much.
I love your set, because I've seen you a few times perform, like quite a few times actually, and I love how you kind of start kind of chill, like sort of boom bap and stuff, and then by the end of it, like you got your shirt off or whatever, and you're like going at it super speed rhymes and stuff, and it's pretty impressive.
I can't really do it any other way, to be honest. Like, I've tried to break it up, but I find that if it doesn't just basically go all the way up into a crescendo, the whole thing becomes disjointed, and I kind of ruin my voice in a way. So if I go from like a really heavy song to a light song, it doesn't work, because I've just ruptured my voice by basically screaming. And how can I go back to like singing like a harmonious pop singer if I've just been like,
I feel that.
It just doesn't work.
Definitely. Yeah. So you pumped for your show with Citizen K?
Nah.
No?
I'm terrified. I'm terrified. I'm dead set like not looking forward to it, but I think that's just because I haven't put in the time to practice, because I normally just practice like a week prior, like most evenings. But so very soon I'll start, and then by the time I've practiced, I'll be like, oh yeah, no, I totally got this. But at the moment, it just seems like such a faraway prospect, but time elapses.
That's so interesting, because like that show got delayed, didn't it?
Yeah.
So when it got delayed, were you kind of like, whew, or were you kind of
No, I was more ready for that one. I think that I'd known about it for a hot minute, and this time it kind of got sprung on me like kind of out of the blue, and I was like, I have like 2.5 weeks to just get ready and do it. And I just don't think I configured it, and it's not like it's that much different, but it's just my brain being weird, I suppose.
Definitely. I'm pretty bummed about that, because like I was keen, I bought a ticket and stuff, but I actually got my mate's wedding that night, so I won't be able to attend.
You'll definitely have fun regardless. Don't die.
You'll
be right. Yeah.
But good luck to you.
No, thank you. I'm keen for your show too. I'm definitely gonna make it out.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I just haven't seen live music in so long, and I just love to see all you cats play. So
dope.
Gotta support the hometown heroes, you know.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, it's a big lineup too. The mic check show.
Yeah, there's a few names.
All locals.
Yeah.
And I should say too, to anyone watching, let us know in the comments if you have any questions for the guys.
100%.
We got Shaka in the comments already.
What's up, Shaka?
Shouting out you lads.
Yo, what up?
Yeah, good to have him
Shaka
back.
Attack's back.
You mentioned before you were interested in going into the psychedelic bush doof.
Yeah.
What does that look like for you as a rapper if you were to go into that space?
Define bush doof.
Yeah.
Define bush doof. It's like I've played it at a couple. I think the biggest highlight for me was when I played at Skyland, I think 3 years ago. I mean, 2019. And I played on the,
Soul Defender?
I played on the Soul Defender van.
Yeah.
And that was the live stage essentially at Skyland. And I don't know, it just the curation of my own set and how I wanted it and the impact that I wanted to have on people. I created a specifically kind of more, I don't know if it's cliche to say, but more like spiritual-esque set. It wasn't necessarily like a mainstream or like accessible hip hop or pop set. And I think it just got digested so well. Like one dude literally came up to me after the show bawling his eyes out and said that was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Another guy gave me a painting that's like the size of like this wall behind me, and it was just like, I want to give you this painting because it like just was so breathtaking.
Did he give it to you like at the show?
No, he drove to my house like a couple weeks later and just like, and it's like here, and I'm like, oh, it's that big. And yeah, so like that was just the biggest highlight, just having all my friends and all these other people I've never met just be like absolutely just blown away by something like that. And I've never had that sort of reception before. And yeah, that's probably like one of the highlights of my musical career. And if I could somehow not recreate that, but kind of extend on that and kind of figure out what I need to do to push that envelope even further. I think that really interests me. And so I've been trying to make music recently that would really tweak people out in that certain environment, in like kind of in taking into the new aspects of music and my own influences now, to really hammer that home and introduce people to types of music that in that scene that probably wouldn't even listen to the types of music that I'm working on now, but would still resonate with because of what I'm talking about in the music.
Awesome, man. That's awesome. So would you say that you kind of prefer performing that sort of style, that sort of genre?
Kind of, yeah. Because I feel like a lot of the time that because people get it. People get what I'm saying. And in that moment, like they're more susceptible to the weirder things that I'm saying. A lot of the time I've said,
Is this the type of thing you're talking about?
No, this is like my pop stuff. This is my R&B. Yeah. This stuff is like, I like performing it to, I don't know how to say it, like more normies, to be honest. Like, but people in normal people in society, like they take this in.
You could make a remix of this, easy.
What? Put some dubstep to it. I don't know if we'll go.
Man, there's so many remixes these days. It's they can take any song and just make it into.
I'll just have to give it to one of my weird producer friends. Just give him some stands.
Destroy this with bass.
Yeah, please.
Just
please.
the kick cutting through the whole mix.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't really like performing this music as much as I like just making it and kind of and
music?
listening to it. Yeah, there's something really cathartic about this type of music that I make, especially the whole last album was just kind of my own therapy, to be honest. So where
you should do a country song.
at this rate, the way I'm genre jumping, it could happen. Like seriously, it could happen. I'm not going to rule it out at all.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It might have some
I'm not
weird,
hating on country music.
Yeah. It might, and I've been so curious about other music genres recently that I keep randomly hearing country music in other people's cars, and then being like, at some point, I reckon I'm gonna go to Spotify and look up country music and try and give it a chance, just out of sheer curiosity to be like, all right, impress me, do something, make me feel something.
Have you heard Oliver Tree's new album?
I haven't. I've been advertised it so far. Is it country?
It's really interesting because it's kind of he's playing on that country, but he's got vocals more similar to this track.
True.
So it's interesting, mix that could work for you.
Wait, so like what type of tempo? Are we talking modern country? Because a lot of that it's like got trap beats in it as well. I swear. That's what I heard.
It's not trap. I'd play it, but we'd get
copyrighted,
it ripped down. But go check it out. It's really good.
Yeah, all right. He's got me.
Definitely.
But yeah, what are you working on? You got your EP dropping, don't you?
No, I don't have an. No, it's not dropping soon. I just wanted to. So I kind of created a little community because I wanted to make it a whole experience and get people's thoughts and feedback. But it's actually probably not going to drop for a while.
Fair.
I just wanted to make it like a whole experience and stuff. But yeah, like the album is very sort of poetic. It's a bit different to some of my older stuff, and it's definitely shaped me as an artist a bit. And I just love it. Like I want to keep riding the wave. That's why I'm writing so many tracks for this album, because I just don't want it to stop.
What's so many? What's the track list looking like, number wise?
At the moment, I've got about 15 tracks that I'm working on, but I'm aiming to probably make about 30 and then have a 20-track album.
Nice.
So yeah, but it's good fun, man. I like it. It's very underground, sort of boom-bap style.
Yeah, mad. And
What about you, man?
you've been hungry on the like rap poetic tip heaps. So.
Heaps, man. Like I feel like I'm trying to do stuff that almost doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. That makes sense. Like
it does make sense. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it does.
Some would say, I don't know. That's just what like lyrical art is, I suppose. It's up for interpretation.
So sometimes I'll write something and be like, "What the hell am I talking about?" But it works in a way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
that's
that.
what I'm trying to experiment a bit with.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've totally been off that for like a while now. I swear, in terms of just writing, I don't let myself just write like I used to. I think I'm getting annoyed that I'm not, and then eventually I'm gonna start just making that again. But I feel I'm really stuck in this like, not that I don't like it, but I'm in like almost a weird spiritual Travis Scott type deal at the moment.
Don't say his name, you'll get cancelled.
I know. I would like yeah. Hopefully, the only other people I kill are rappers, not human beings on my own shows. But but we all make mistakes.
The bush doofs anyway.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
Not gonna have those problems.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
I think people are too loving at bush doofs. A majority of the time, anyway. Yeah, you find that. I don't know. I remember someone explaining to me once the difference between like a big standard festival and like a bush dove, and I found it so apparent. It's so that when you go to like a really good bush dove, you can find that if you were to just pass out randomly, people will take care of you. You'll wake up with like a blanket and like food and none of your stuff missing.
That's awesome.
And then at a festival, you'll just end up with all your stuff missing and a random black eye. And it's just like, oh man.
Yeah, so people are much more caring and connect with each other way more. At bush
I
doofs.
think the weirder music gets, I think people are generally nicer. Yeah.
Are there people that are not nice there?
Of course. I think
Trippers.
there's always exceptions to the rule. I just think that there would be overall less. You just find that generally, like, just find that your stuff doesn't get stolen as much, and you can just kind of trust people a bit more.
Yeah. I'm intrigued. I might have to go to a bush doof.
It's a hell of an experience.
Yeah,
I just love it because the people are really nice, and it's just a loving, encouraging environment. It's just going there to meet really cool people, and you just get to dance for 3 days.
3 days, wow.
Yeah, like
I don't think I could dance for 2 hours.
you say that, and then Lucy, my good friend, encourages you, and then you're going. Yeah. No, I can't wait. I think the next bush stuff is Dragon Dreaming in April, and then that's like my holiday.
Are you performing at that one?
No, that is my holiday, so I'm treating it as such.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I don't want to be stressing about having to play a show at that one because it's been so long since I've been at a doof. I'll probably apply for the next one, but because it's been so long, I was like, I'm not going to do that.
When you play at bush doofs, do you have like a DJ? Do you have like a specific DJ at all?
Yeah, I just normally just play with. Oh well, actually, last time I played with Dave Cat, but before that, I've played just with whoever wanted to be my DJ at the time. Yeah.
If anyone wants to be Jedbrii's DJ,
like,
let us know in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. My mate Stephen Jesus.
Stephen Jesus.
Yeah, he's Stephen Jesus because he's just a lovely human being. He DJs for me in random situations, and I rap for him in random situations, and he just is just a hell of a loose unit, and we have the best time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And you?
Oh yeah, so he's probably in the comments, or he probably is not commenting, but I'm pretty sure he's watching. So
Mr. Lyons.
Yeah, Mr. Lyons.
Okay.
Chemical. So yeah, we usually perform together whenever he can, and I feel like we connect a lot, especially with coming up with ideas, and not just performing too, but when we're making beats for fun or coming up with ideas. I feel like we think alike, but we still have different thoughts. So
he's a total magician like that. He's
real
good.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So he's a good
shout outs to
good
Chemical.
mate.
I've done a bunch of shows with Chemical, and every single one was flames.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Can't
a
blame
legend. Yeah, good mate of mine, and yeah, we always come up with ideas, and it's good fun, and it's good to get his opinion on things, and because he's a DJ, so it's a bit of a different area to where I am at, like with the production and rapping and stuff. So having a good friend that knows a lot about hip hop is always great.
Yeah, no, he knows the shit.
And when you're a producer and rapper like yourself, making so many beats and putting them out under the Newborn Noise brand as well, how do you sort of decide what you're going to keep for yourself and what you're going to put out? And you mentioned before you had about 30 tracks you wanted to get done.
Yeah.
How do you go about managing all those beats and where they go and where they end up?
For sure. So in terms of the album, it's a bit different because I actually am not doing any of the production on it.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I've got this bloke that I know from Brazil who's a really good beat maker. So he's doing all the production.
So why is that? Why didn't you want to use your own stuff?
Yeah, well, so pretty much I do write to some of my instrumentals, but I kind of prefer writing to other producers' work just because it's sort of fresh when I hear it first. And I like to hear something fresh and write to it.
Gotcha.
With my production, like I get very into the mixing and like, so I mix my beats like heaps. So like I'll make a beat and listen to it for ages, and then to write to that, and then to record, and then I like doing my mixing. So it's like
You've
by
heard
the end
beat
of
like
it,
a trillion times.
yeah, pretty much.
Makes sense.
Yeah. In saying that though, I do write to some of my production, but I kind of have decided in the past 2 years to kind of split my production up and my artistry up so that I'm treating it more as a business, and then obviously making music on the side sort of thing. Yeah,
interesting. That's cool.
You right there, mate?
Oh man, some of these burps are.
No, I warned you.
They're gonna keep coming too.
Yeah.
If we need a break, we can take a break. It's no stress.
No, we good.
Both you guys have been rapping in the Canberra scene for a long time. What do you think the state of what's going on in Canberra now is like?
It's not what it used to be. Not even close.
Yeah.
I think that I think that comparatively to what it used to be, it's like kind of sad. I swear when I first came onto the scene, it was really open. It was really diverse. The amount of gigs and venues that were around, and the way that you could basically just enter the scene was just open. It was free for all. There was open mics at like heaps of different venues, and if you were good, you just get up and show your shit. And essentially, like, there was an enterprise called The Next Movement run by Dave Cat. Yeah. And they put on heaps of people. They got people interstate to come in and play shows. They basically just unified like the whole scene in a way. And back then it just seemed that if you were good and you wanted to really put yourself in front of everyone, you could, and everyone would know quite quickly. And then as time went by, the number of venues started to just vanish because of the weird real estate laws and sound pollution laws and whatever. That basically the scene started becoming more like cliquey and to do with like who likes you and whether or not you reached a certain standard in someone else's eyes, like someone in particular's eyes. And I think that as a result of that, I think we lost a lot of connectivity within the hip hop aspect. I think as a whole, it connected the whole Canberra music scene together, but and I think in terms of Canberra music, it made it better, but not in terms of Canberra hip hop. Canberra hip hop took a huge blow as a result of that. And I think that it definitely introduced the other aspects or other genres within Canberra live music to the hip hop aspect, or some of the hip hop aspect that was around that survived the essential like live culling. Yeah.
Yeah, dope, man. Yeah. Well, like, I'm just curious because I came in the scene probably, I want to say maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. So when did you sort of like start coming into the scene? Like a while ago, eh?
I reckon I played my first 5-10 minute set at one of the Next Movement gigs.
Where was this?
At
Transit?
La-di-da.
Yeah.
And I just got up. I remember I was looking at the floor the entire set, but people like absolutely fucked with it. They were like, "This is sick." People were sending me messages being like, you like word around town is that you absolutely killed it last night, and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy.
That wasn't that night that I was there. Like, have you played at La-di-da quite a bit?
I played there a lot.
Yeah, okay.
After the fact. But this was on a bill where I think Semantics was playing. I think a couple other people were playing. I actually can't remember who exactly was on the bill. But yeah, that was in like early 2014, I think.
Yeah, right.
Maybe even late 2013.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, I was definitely not around.
Yeah. It was ages ago, and essentially it was kind of just an open mic, but they said they would give me because everyone was supposed to have like half an hour time slots, but they didn't give me one. They were just like have like 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, okay, and use that, and then that kind of they just saw that and were like, oh, you're good. Can you just play more sets? And I was like, yes, please. And then that's just how it kicked off.
So was it the Next Movement that were running these shows at La-di-da, or was it actually La-di-da going, we want more hip hop shows and putting them on?
Most of the time, Next Movement was just setting them up. And most of the time they were just like back and forth between Transit Bar and La-di-da.
Yeah. Have you been to the new Transit yet?
No, I haven't. Not stepped foot in that
haven't
venue.
I want to. It has to be the right moment, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When you're stepping straight on the stage, mate.
Yeah, that's totally how.
And I won't be there because got the wedding, got my mate's wedding. But
next one.
Yeah.
But you'll probably play that soon. So
yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
we'll see how we go.
We'll see.
Okay. Yeah.
Hopefully, a few of those venues can bring back some of that stuff you were talking about.
Yeah, I hope so. I think shout outs to Joel. Hopefully we can make that happen, bring an old vibe back, because I think there's a lot of merit to that. I think that there's a lot of and it just made everyone feel like they were kind of included, because they could just jump up and be part of the party. Everyone's on stage, everyone's being a menace, but essentially I think that it got a bit much when you tried to introduce a lot of other people that weren't in the hip hop scene to that. They're like, what is this? I don't get this. There's a bunch of random people screaming, not making sense. Like, they'll watch some dude that obviously isn't like the best rapper in the world and get rubbed the wrong way, and then, I don't know, doubt the level of professionalism in these type of events. But at the same time, I think that's just all part of it.
Yeah.
Maybe even hip hop as a whole has kind of moved on, not just in Canberra from that sort of scene.
Maybe. And I think that especially because now the type of music has changed too. I think most rappers now that are starting, they don't start at a boom-bap bass line. Now it's like there's so many other aspects, and people just start basically, I don't know, let's say the term, quote unquote, mumble rapping in their bedroom.
Chuck the audio tune.
Yeah. Put it to a full blast, just sounding like a bloody trumpet mixed with a squirrel. And And that's just how it starts. But eventually people get better. But you can't really showcase that in the same way. You can't be like, open mic, get your auto tune, plug it in.
That's true.
Do you think that like part of like open mics not really happening now is because venues are kind of worried like, oh, we don't want like a whole bunch of rappers coming in and tearing up the place because everyone's fighting over the mic and stuff like that? Do you
Honestly,
think that's part of it?
I never saw a fight to do with open mic ever.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I think I rarely even saw fights at hip hop gigs ever.
Or even like just getting kind of rowdy because it's like, you know, anyone.
I think the rowdier things that happen at shows is just when the show is really good.
Yeah, right.
Like the times that I've seen it, either like a Genesis or Wusu show, or just like someone that came in out of town, like Pharaoh Monge or something like that, and see the whole room shaking. You're just like, someone's gonna get hurt like right now. I don't know who it is, but we'll see. But at the same time, there's metal shows that literally people just punching each other in the head, so it can't get worse than that.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah.
It's like, I'm doing it with love, it's all right.
Yeah.
And you guys have both done songs with some of those old OG rappers, Axe, Dopus and Rochambeau and stuff.
Yeah.
How's it been working with those guys?
That was great. I went over to their house one day and just made it, made a music video, and they asked me to jump on a track, and that was sick. And Ross is still my mastering engineer.
Yeah, he did my EP.
I trust his ear, and like he always delivers, so I can't be wrong. And did you do a track with Diopus?
No, I didn't. I did a track with Axe.
Nice.
Yeah, so I didn't really go over to his house or anything. It was more he was doing an EP. He likes doing EPs, and he just hit me up with this track that I think Hades actually suggested me to be on this track, and he hit me up with the track, and I was like, I love it, I love it. You can't go wrong with Hades' production.
Dude, it's good every time.
Yeah,
it's good every time.
Yeah, so did my thing, sent a demo back, and then recorded it. I haven't really worked too much like with the older heads in person, which I want to do. Like I definitely want to do, because I love the vibe of going in the studio and working with artists.
Do that. I don't do that enough. I always get I think I just get too critical of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very rare that I need to feel like super comfortable with someone in order to do that.
100%.
Yeah, I think that it needs to just be like a complete relaxed environment, like no judgment at all for that to even
and
happen.
Also what I feel like it's also good to not put too much pressure. Like we don't have to get a track done. It's not like we can just muck around and chat, or we can just, I don't know, make a beat and just have fun. It doesn't have to be like full. Let's like
I completely agree. It just reminded me of an idea that I heard from one of my favorite YouTubers the other day. Is like, there's a creative idea where you basically, whenever you're trying to start a creative endeavor, whatever it is, and you're finding it hard to start, just try and make something really, really bad on purpose.
Okay.
And then it could be really good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Because just wing it. Because you'll find that a lot of the time you end up refining the process of what you're doing anyway. It ends up being way better. It's just humans are just so terribly critical of themselves that they strangle the process. But if you just go in with the like, I'm just gonna write something silly and dumb, but it just ends up being awesome. You just open yourself up to a myriad of different possibilities within that moment.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
And that's so true. And also, like, I feel like when you're working with someone in the studio the first time, I always like to just vibe out. Like, if you're gonna make a song with them, like, just be like, we'll just catch up. Like, you know, show each other some stuff. We don't have to make a song. Maybe next session we'll make a song, but like for now, let's just make a connection. Do you know what I mean?
Totally. Totally.
Yeah.
I've only ever been able to do it like a couple times. And even with beats as well. I think like swear you're one of the only dudes where I've like gotten into the studio and been able to make exactly what I wanted, like from scratch.
Yeah.
There's 9 times out of 10 with other people that never works.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we spoke about how you got into the scene. How did you find your way here
So
from France?
oh yeah. We're going that far. All right.
Yeah, we'll start with the origin story.
Exactly.
Yeah, so pretty much my whole family is Australian, but my parents were missionaries in France for 18 years, and I was born there, and I moved here when I was about 10 years old.
Right.
So I didn't really know much English at all, even though I've got an Aussie accent. But so when I came to Australia, I actually didn't know how to spell. I didn't know how to speak English very well at all. So I kind of had to learn that from year 6. So even now, like I struggle a bit with spelling. I'm not the greatest speller, and also like I struggle with speaking sometimes and vocabulary and stuff like that. So I kind of
chose an interesting career to be a rapper.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. So I didn't do too well at school, but
Neither.
yeah, but when I started like writing lyrics and rapping, I found that it was like a new way for me to learn literature and start like writing, but in my own sort of way. So even now, like a lot of my style is the vocab is not huge. Like there's a lot of words that I don't know. But I think I'm very inspired by the Notorious B.I.G. because I always looked at his style and how he flowed and used words together. And there weren't always like big words or anything, but he was always really good at delivering flows with words and playing around with words and switching the flow up. So that's kind of...
Did you ever study Biggie Smalls for a little bit? Like did you even just take like, because I remember vividly when I was like starting to rap, I took the Juicy verse.
Yeah, right.
I got the verse in front of me on paper and I just analyzed every part of it and like how he did what he did and why it hits the way it does.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't done that heaps. That's probably something I should do more of.
It's really interesting, especially with Biggie, because the general simplicity of what he does.
I think I did sort of do that with Hypnotized. Like I looked at it and I was like, man, like that song, like the flow in that is just, it's so out there. It's so different.
It's so
it's
weird.
so unique.
I find that is actually one of his more like unorthodox in terms of songs in terms of flow. It's just unpredictable yet so like melodic and catching at the same time. And yeah,
definitely.
Crazy.
I think like for a long time, like when I was getting into the scene and stuff, I was very predictable. Like a lot of my rhymes were predictable. I feel like I always learnt how to perform before I learnt how to master my craft, I guess. So like when I started thinking like, okay, now everything's predictable. You can tell what rhyme I'm gonna rhyme with this rhyme, you know. So I need to find a way where I can, you know, because obviously I don't have a large vocabulary. I have to find a way that I can perfect my craft without being predictable. So that's when I started saying I'm gonna break all the rules of rapping, you know, like I'm going to try things like break up syllables. I'm going to try things like put a rhyme where you don't think a rhyme's going to be, you know what I mean? And that's what I've been doing in the past few years. And I feel like I've really found my style by doing that. That's why I look up to Biggie heaps, because some of those tracks, it's just like, he didn't just do that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I definitely admire the opposite direction though at the same time. Like sometimes when you listen to people listen to like the old lyrics of Immortal Technique.
Yep.
Some of the rhymes per se are simple as hell, but the things he puts between the rhymes are crazy. And you're like, you don't have to be a crazy rapper in terms of rhyming ability to say something just so incredibly like potent and poetic. It blew my mind away.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's just don't, whoever's listening, don't stress out about the rhymes. Just say potent shit.
Yeah, 100%. And I think also like so obviously vocab has been my sort of weakness. So I've been like, okay, well, what are my strengths? What can I get better at? Like, and I think a lot of that is, you know, one, being unpredictable, but also two, just adding flavor to it, you know, just like really focusing on the delivery and figuring out ways of how I can perform my lyrics with a bit of extra flavor. You know?
I think, delivery is like, it makes all the difference. That's why ODB is still like one of the GOATs forever, because his delivery is so utterly ridiculous and insane that it's just still untouchable.
And like, even like if you look at a lot of like 80s and 90s hip hop artists, some of their lyrics are super simple. Like some of their rhyme schemes are super simple.
just hits.
But the delivery, the way that they record really is amazing, you know?
I think it's just like ultra confidence just translates. Like I definitely found that when I look back at old videos of myself, I remember seeing a video I uploaded to Facebook of me rapping from 2014-ish. I'm just rapping one of the songs off my SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I can hear there's like that I haven't grown into my own voice. I haven't just know that I can own what I'm doing. And as a result of that, I can hear it. I can hear that I'm like holding back. And then now it's so different in contrast.
Can I just say on that, I hate my rap voice. I hate it.
You hate it?
Yeah.
Really?
I hate it. Yeah. Like
I like your rap voice.
well, I don't know. I think that's
I
like
like your rap voice.
yeah. I think
That's
like
funny as.
I think that can be part of being a bit younger and stuff too. But yeah, I don't know. I like my delivery. I like my music. I like how I rap and stuff. But I just don't like my rap voice. And I think that's actually pretty common with a lot of artists.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way. I think it's weird because most people, I think most people from Canberra, for instance, they can say I don't like their rap voice, but I just know all of them as people as well, so I like them even more. So I'm hella biased. But like, nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I do like it regardless. So
yeah, definitely. So what, like, I'm just curious, like, what is your favorite thing to do, like, as an artist? Do you like writing? Do you like recording, performing, like music videos? Like, what is your favorite? I know it's a tough question, but what is your favorite sort of activity as an artist?
Man, I don't know. I like performing, don't get me wrong, but there's something about the process of writing, like from something to nothing. I really like that. Like this thing didn't exist before, and now just because like I had an idea and I put it together, it's like now it exists.
Yeah.
Let's talk literal creation.
Let's talk about that. So, like, what sort of environments do you like writing? Like, when do you? When are you in the zone? When are you in your flow state?
So I can just create the zone.
Okay.
But I have to do my self-care ritual to do that.
Oh, true.
So I otherwise I can't. I just feel like I don't have my mojo essentially. If I get up, go to the gym, or just go for a run, then come back, clean up, do some cleaning, meditate, I'm good. Like I can write every time.
Yeah, right.
Like no matter what. And if I have writer's block or like it's just something is not happening, I just find that all I have to do is just keep going to then find something that inspires me, then I'm good again.
Yeah, I think I heard you talking about that like a while back. You were like, "There's no such thing as writer's block."
Because there's no such thing as talker's block. It's just the limits that we set on ourselves because with a lack of self-belief. Because a lot of the time, we should just write for the sake of it, and because like writers when they make their work, they have like several drafts that they go through. Like, why aren't we the same? Why don't we just try for the sake of it? And it's like, that didn't work. Cool, at least I tried. I look at it in the same way of skateboarding.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't look at my skateboard and go, you know what? I'm not going to try the kickflip because I don't think I'm going to land it.
Man,
Just keep trying the kickflip, like, and then you'll do it.
This is great because there's a question that popped to my head that I forgot about that I was going to ask you. I was thinking about it this morning. Like skating. So I used to skate. I quit because, I was like, I broke my foot.
Come skate.
And I was like, I don't want to hurt myself. But anyway, so with skating, because skating is like a confidence thing, like, right?
It's
like,
90% mental.
Yeah.
It's 10% physical. Like, I've seen people go from not skating to skate for an entire week and do more than some people could in an entire year, just because they had way more tenacity than the people that had skated for that entire year. And they look like
crazy.
Absolutely Gumby and look like they're about to die, but they're doing it. They're doing stuff that you can't believe that they're doing.
Definitely.
And it's just how you go about it.
Do you think that skating has helped you as an artist? Do you think it's given you more confidence because a lot of artists, myself, I struggle with like self-doubt a lot. Do you think skating, it has been a good therapy for that? Like, has that helped you be like, okay, I gotta just keep trying and stuff?
A little bit. I find that I find, but I suppose you would find that too in your production. You're just banging your head against a wall until eventually you can break through that wall.
Yeah, but I feel like skating is a bit more enhanced that way because it's like if you fall, you're gonna hurt yourself. Like it's you might not always hurt yourself, but it's like you have to be like, I have to do this.
I definitely think I definitely think there's a level of like when you really want to try a trick, it's all commitment, and if you don't land it, you're gonna end up on the floor a lot of the time. So I think it might have. I don't consciously think about it, but then
maybe clearing your mind too, because you got to put while you're skating, you're not thinking about anything else.
I find it. Yeah, I find it to be incredibly anxiety relieving as well.
Yeah, so then you can, like you were saying before, with the creating something bad as a way of your creative process, clearing your mind too will do the similar sort of thing.
No, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely. That's awesome. Maybe I should get back into it.
Mate, just get it. You don't have to bust tray flips.
I just feel awkward because I'm not good. I'm not that great at it.
If you were to stick at it for like a year, you would be able to be comfortably cruising around a skate park. And if you wanted, I could pad you up, put you in bubble wrap, and I could help you do tricks. And before you know it, you'd be doing tricks.
Yeah.
There would be a weird growing pain period where you would hurt yourself a bit, but you'd be fine. Like if you wear enough protective gear, you're totally fine. If you don't wear enough protective gear in the first 2 years of skating, usually something bad happens, like to people, because they're just not attuned to what can go wrong. Like these days,
how to fall properly.
Yeah, that's the most important skill. If like for instance, nowadays I injure myself way less, touch wood. That like back in the day I used to injure myself every 6 months to a year. I did something, like whether my ankle or like my whole leg or break my arm or some weird shit like that. But nowadays I just know pretty much everything that's going to happen. And if I do injure myself, it's because I was trying a trick that I had no business trying, or it's almost like a freak accident. Like I've done something so dumb that it's just a total miscalculation that I shouldn't have done.
I think that's how I broke my foot. I was like, I'll just try it. Why not? I'll just clear this box, whatever.
Who are you with?
Just a bunch of mates. I think it was at Civic Skate Park. You know that, like, the one that goes like that?
Wait, the little 1 foot thing? Oh, you mean the pyramid?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like the one that goes
next to
like
the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, true.
I was like, I'll just gap that. I'll give it a go. Landed on my foot like 4 bones. There you go.
Well, it came off the front.
Yeah, it was the front. Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, that's the worst.
Yeah, it was just like, whoop, skateboard's gone that way. I've gone that way. That's it.
Dude.
Broke a foot. Everyone watching me.
Yeah, no, I've
That's when I quit.
That's fair. That's fair. I think most people either just eat shit and they decide that they're too obsessed or they just don't care. And I was like one of those people that was just so obsessed with skateboarding, like before I even got into skating, that it just wasn't an option for me to stop. I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. So yeah.
I think for me, it's just, I've just never been that good at sports. Like, I quit basketball too because I was just getting knocked around the whole time, just like the shortest bloke on the team.
Dude, kudos to any short person playing basketball out there. Like honestly, like
The short king
blows my
down there.
yeah. Honestly, shout out to all the short kings out there, especially the ones playing basketball. Like goddamn, I think I played basketball for like a week when I was a kid, and I just didn't understand it. Like people were pushing me around, and I'm like, wait, you're allowed to do that? And so I started doing it back, and I'm getting in trouble. It's like, I don't understand this game. I just do not understand this game. I quit.
I threw up on the sideline. I was that kid. So embarrassing. That's what I was like, I'm done. Man.
Why? Because you just felt queasy? Or
Yeah, it was like the finals or something, and my team just kept losing. And it was no, my team wouldn't be losing if we were at the finals, but I think it was the finals. This was years ago when I was younger. But yeah, I got pushed around.
Pull it together, Cappo.
I'm just not a sports person, really.
That's fair. That's fair. Skating's, I don't know, apparently a sport. In the
Olympics?
Apparently.
You're going to go to the Olympics?
Am I going to go?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to go to the Olympics. I'm training a little Padawan of mine. She's like 15. She'll be in the Olympics one day.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Whether she knows it or not. But.
So street skating or like at the skate park?
Yeah, probably. Well, it's like street skating is in the skate park.
But what's your favorite? Like,
like for me, it's like just I just skate parks too much because it's just comfortable. I find that street skating, for me, is just I don't know the type of skating I do just isn't really suited for street skating as much anymore. Like it was when I was younger. Because I'd like to throw myself down stair sets and do technical tricks whilst doing that. Got too much to lose now to do that. Like I remember last time I tried to do that recently, almost got away with it. I almost like double backside flip, like a pretty decent sized gap. That's just Belko Skate Park with my boy Aranga, who I've been skating with for like more than like probably close to like a decade now. It's good times. Actually, no, I show him. Oh, this is what a double backside flip is. I was trying to do this down a large stair set.
Oh,
damn. And I stomped it so many times, like perfectly, but just couldn't roll away. But by the end of it, my wrist was just clicking and so now I just don't want to do it. There's a couple things I still want to do in skateboarding before I stop being an absolute menace. But that I bought that for $25. The best thing ever. Oh, you got to show them the Nolly Gazelle late flip. This is probably the best. Where is it? It's
just stalking you now.
Yeah, stalking. Good down. It's the up. This one here. This is the best thing I've ever done. I've only seen one other person do it ever.
What? You can't even see it flips that quick.
Yeah, it's a nollie big spin late flip with a nollie backside 360 as well. Or basically a nollie big spin late flip with another revert in it.
And all that momentum of you doing the 360 would help you.
It helps me turn around the rest. Oh no, it does help me flip it around as well. But that took me probably 270 tries altogether.
Yeah. How many boards have you broken, you reckon?
Broken? Not that many.
Okay.
I don't think...
You're not a rager? Like...
No, I just don't... I'm not so much... And if I am a rager, I still have that tiny bit of
self-control.
Yeah, they'd be like, dude, you need this skateboard. Don't break it. Like, I've seen so many people rage in my life to be like, I don't want that to be me. I don't want to be that guy.
You don't want to be the sore loser.
Yeah. I see what it looks like. I see what they're feeling. And I'm like, I don't want to be like that. And that's why I just don't. I have raged plenty of times, been crazy. But I think it's just, I think it stops after a certain point. Because eventually I do get my way with skating. Eventually I do land the trick that I'm going apeshit about. It's usually because I'm trying a trick that I can do, that I can normally do in my sleep, but I'm not getting it. But that normally comes down to me having an old skateboard. So I do actually blame my skateboard. Because then I get a new one and I can land it again.
Do you ever skate in your sleep?
Yes, I've learned a trick in my sleep.
Dude, that's funny.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy, but I make beats in my sleep.
That's mad.
Literally.
That's mad.
Literally, I'm like, I can picture it, and I'm like, did I just make?
Did it actually come to fruition? Like when you woke up?
Nah, because you can't really remember it. It's more like in the moment sort of thing.
Damn.
And you're like, yeah. But I have done that. Like,
true. I fully learned
it's
how.
Fun.
Dude, yeah, but like even just, did it give you like a slight idea of anything?
Sometimes I'll wake up with like a melody or something, but most of the time it's like I can't exactly remember it, but it's like that was so dope. Like I just made a beat in my sleep.
The lost beat.
The lost beat.
The lost beat.
No, I actually made the best beat ever.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, dude. I fully learned a nollie varial flip in my sleep.
That's insane. Dude.
Yeah, full on like did it in slow motion, like because it was like I was skating on the moon in my sleep, and it was like, and then I'm like, I just tried it the next day, and it just totally worked.
That's amazing. The power of the brain.
The power of the brain does some crazy things. Have some weird dreams sometimes. Do you have any weird dreams, Cappo?
Yes, all the time.
Do you remember them?
Sometimes it takes me it takes me to the end of the day to remember them sometimes. But yeah, I do have some very strange dreams. Apparently I sleep talk too.
I heard a weird breatharian vegan dude that I follow on my YouTube talk about how apparently if you don't remember every single part of all your dreams, you are out of sync. You need to and it's because you are not consistently meditating throughout the day, and so hence you aren't consciously aware of the moments in your dreams. But the more consistent you are of being meditatively aware in the waking reality, that you will be in the sleeping reality.
Damn.
Which I do find the more I meditate, the more conscious I am of my dreams. But also, if you just actively say to yourself, I'm going to remember my dreams, that seems to help a lot as well. Because we don't make a habit of doing that. We just kind of write it off as sleep.
Get on with our day.
Yeah. Don't need to think about that. But man,
I'll start writing my dreams down.
Dude, it's tiring. Like straight up, you wake, because after a while they start getting 2 pages long. Of
so you write your dreams?
I don't do it anymore.
Okay.
Because sometimes it's almost traumatizing. Because sometimes it's just a lot to take on and a lot to try and decode. There's just almost information that you could do without. But yeah, so I still have some notes from years ago when I was doing dream writing, and some of it was really strange, and the certain technologies that were being used on me and stuff, and then I later found out that these technologies existed, and I never, really strange stuff like that. Yeah, it was really weird.
That's crazy, man. Yeah. So what are your plans in the next few years, music wise?
Dude, so I want to release all of the music that I have. I want to be able to tour some of the music that I have, because I just want to make a new set that I'm really, really proud of, and I'm really, really think that would make an impact on people's psyches. And that's just basically all I want to do. If I can I want to put out a few really good music videos. I would definitely want to, I actually want to invest a large amount of money into at least one. I want to put at least $5,000 on a music video of the EP that I'm writing at the moment. Yeah, like I'm borderline just playing up the idea of just getting a bank loan out to just go ham with this one music video because I believe in this song. I reckon that if this gets out to enough people, I reckon it could pop.
Go
like
for it,
real
man.
hard. Yeah. And I feel like if I don't do it, I'll regret it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like legit. And if it doesn't do anything, I'll be like, at least I tried.
Did you guys watch the Kanye doco?
No, I've been
Not
told
yet,
that it's
not
great
yet.
though.
Yeah, not yet,
yeah.
but definitely will.
Because
Definitely
he
will.
does that.
He does
Yeah,
that, takes
so
a
he
bank
goes
loan out.
Well, not a bank. He paid for his first music video himself.
Was that the Jesus Walks one?
No, it's Through the Wire.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think I've even heard that song.
Because I swear that
It's the one where he has a broken jaw.
I swear I heard that the Jesus Walks one, he like redid the song or something. But
He made that's in the doco too. He remakes the video 3 times. So there's 3 versions of
That's
that
amazing.
video. Yeah.
I love Kanye.
Yeah.
But
Same.
it'd be interesting
Same.
for you guys to watch that.
No,
Yeah, 100%.
apparently it's an awe-inspiring video for
it's-
any musician.
Oh,
like,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Right. It's crazy.
yeah, shout outs to Kirkland for putting me on that tip.
Definitely. Yeah.
Do you want to preview that little track?
Oh yeah. We might preview a little ditty. This is actually, I'm actually pulling a fast one on Cappo right now because he actually produced this song.
Oh no! Oh no!
Call me salt, baby. Got the finest touch with the sauce, baby. I'll serve you up anywhere you want, baby. From tables to the window to the wall, baby. See, I'm a seasoned fan. Call me salt, baby. Got the finest touch with the sauce, baby. I'll serve you up anywhere you want, baby. From tables to the window to the wall. I can be the reason if you want to freak, yeah. We could just be swimming
And Travis Scott, like, ad-libs, like it.
Where did these vibes come from, man? We've been hiding that.
Holla, your mama, we don't gotta burn through all that rubber, just like your boy Schumacher. Holla, yo, I just wanna touch her.
So we can expect this on the new album.
Yeah, that one's called Service.
Smooth.
Yeah.
I can hear the harmonies.
Cappo put this beat up on his YouTube. I think it was his Instagram. I heard it and I was like, and I just started like humming to it, and it was like effortless the way that like my voice just sat in the pocket of this song, and the melodies just started writing themselves like within like a minute flat, and I'm like, bro, no, this is mine. Like I just like demanded to have that beat, like, and then Shaq wanted it. I'm like, I'm sorry, Shaq. I needed that beat. I'm sorry, bro.
That's so funny, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that.
See, that's awesome because going back to what you were saying before with like how do I separate like writing to my own production? Like a beat like that, like I love it. Like I love it on the production side, but there's no way I can really see myself writing to a beat like that.
Fam.
So like it's kind of like I love the production side, like I love the beat, but it's not really for me. So then I use that to pass on to someone else, if that makes sense.
100%.
And I love producing for people, so like, you know, that's another thing.
And hearing that sort of stuff for the first time too, like
Yeah.
you don't know where the people are going to take your
100%.
your track.
Yeah. And it's so, and that's why I love I always tell them like, don't show me until it comes out because
That's what.
because like I love this surprise, you know, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like for example, Shaka, I've worked with Shaka a lot.
And what, he never shows you either.
No.
True that.
Only when it comes out, and it's so much more satisfying. But
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
awesome, bro. Like,
Nah,
like,
for sure.
that was dope. You know, it's
Yeah.
a bit different, like showing me on a podcast, putting on me on the
Yeah.
spot. You know?
I
like
had
it.
to do it. It just made sense. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No, I like it. Definitely.
But you've definitely made two of my best songs like to date, like period, like straight up. Like one is off the new EP that I'm making at the moment, and one's off the album, and they're both just so good.
Yeah, I'm keen.
Props.
I'm keen to hear him, bro. I'm keen to hear
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
Definitely,
Keen
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll hear the second one within the next, if not the end of this year,
Yep.
beginning of next year, for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Keen as, man. Keen as.
Well, guys, thank you so much for popping in.
Thanks
Been
for having
great to
us, man.
catch
It's
up and,
awesome.
having
Yeah.
us.
Very
Yeah.
keen to
Too-
hear
too
these
good.
new tunes and see these new shows. All the best, and we'll catch you next time.
Definitely. Awesome. Peace.